What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades. We're continuing our Let's Play of SC2VN, a Starcraft visual novel. Last time we left off, we met two really high-ranking Starcraft players, Jet and Excel. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And they offered to practice with us in the morning. So, I don't know what's going on with our heroine here, but we'll see what happens. Anyway. I squeezed my way through the growing crowd and managed to make it through the doorway leading outside. Oops! Oh shit! When I hit the street, I met with a cool breeze and a rush of voices, sound, and light. This is it, a shot, one final shot to make it happen. One last chance to live the life I want. I quickened my pace, eager for the comfort of a dark room and a bright monitor. This is the day that everything changes. You have high hopes, don't you? Don't you, Missy? SC2VN, written and directed by TJ Huckabee, produced and developed by Timothy Young. I don't know. I still don't know how to feel about this, but the story has me intrigued. True to her word, Jetme sent me a reminder to get over to the Golden Zone Fire for some morning practice. I enjoy playing online and all, but matching against someone only a few feet away is way more productive. Talking over a game in person makes it easier to get feedback and improve, and that's what I need more than anything else. The stinger of my failure at the VSL qualifier will take time to fade, and I don't want to experience that pain ever again. I catch sight of Jet in the middle row, her attention locked on a ladder game. Without disturbing her, I take a seat at her side and watch the match unfold. Furious taps and clicks rattle her keyboard. Her focus never drops from the game, much less her monitor. She's ahead, though not by much. It's not long until she extends her lead in the late game, and a few minutes later, heaves a sigh of relief when her opponent rage quits out. There's no need for me to consult my Korean skills to understand her final message. Zerg Imba. IMBA. I've seen that message. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the acronym means. Let me look that up. Oh, okay. Okay, so because she's a Zerg player, IMBA means Zerg are imbalanced, meaning that Zerg are unfair race to play. It's a general excuse for people who get beat. Whatever. Personally, I think the game's pretty well balanced. It's just Zergs build a lot really fast, but their units themselves are pretty weak if you have the right thing to counter them. But that's my personal opinion on the Zerg. You actually showed. Color me surprised. How can I not? The better question is how you have the free time to practice with some amateur. I'm the charitable sort, obviously. Anyway, you're here, so let's stop wasting time. You've paid for your PC, yeah? I nod and lock myself in at the station next to hers. A minute later, the two of us are grinding out practice matches. Game after game is a beatdown. I can't crack her defenses. When I attack, I'm barely holding on, and she goes on the offensive. She's just as unforgiving in pointing out my mistakes as she is in-game. Your wall at the ramp is to your... what? The wall at your ramp to your natural is trash. How the hell do you get away with this? You're asking to get busted. It's not something I really think about that much. I just throw it up, you know? Fix it or be punished. That probably isn't an ideal threat. Jet isn't the type of player capable of ending the game instantly if she can capitalize on the right kind of mistake. Her style has been characterized as both passive and reactive. She takes her time and watches her opponent, patient for the right moment to strike. She only takes a risk if it's calculated in her favor. Given her former success, the style has suited her well, though I can't help but wonder why she hasn't lately been performing at her previous level. Maybe she's lost her killer instinct. Oop! Got bombed! Got bombed. I forgot what those units are called, but they're basically like kamikaze units. Guess not. A reminder of the skill difference between us rushes up the ramp to my natural expansion and crushes my wall, as promised. In the aftermath of the destruction, she swarms my base and seizes an easy win. Jet revels in her victory with a predatory smile. Wrecked. Before we get to the next game, I catch a sight of a familiar face coming into the cafe. Ew, it's the Juice! Isn't that the same guy from last night? Hey Jet, do you know who that is? I thumb at the stranger's direction as he passes by us, his attention occupied by a cell phone screen. Jet trails a look after him, wrinkles her nose, and shrugs. He's a KPGA player. Protoss. What about him? Come on, get into the game already. Seriously? He was at all-out attack yesterday. What's he doing outside of his team house 2 days in a row? They're only figuratively chained to their desks. Not all of them are shut-ins. Stop wasting time. Let's go. I double take away from Jet to find the player in question seated a few rows in front of us. And he's got the Starcraft 2 client open. Why would a KPGA player spend his practice time on anything but Brood War? Should I ask him for a game? I think I'm gonna ask him for a game. What? No, hold on, wait, you can't just... Before she can stop me, I rise and shuffle away past the row of computers. Jet shoots me a withering glare over the top of her station before ducking back down. Even though I barely interacted with the guy, I can't help but feel a little anxious as I edge closer to his PC. I mean, it's normal to be nervous. You don't know him, and he acted like a douche. So, yeah. Whatever. Whew. Sure, he was a bit rude when we spoke, but the chance to challenge a KPGA Pro is too good to pass up, especially if I'm trying to step up my game. He's about to jump into a match when I clear my throat right behind him. He suddenly alt-tabs, then turns to regard me through half-lidded eyes. What? Excuse me, would you mind our practice game? No, I'm just here to... He pauses, recognition flits across his face. You're the chick from the all-out attack yesterday, aren't you? For a moment, he looks ready to dismiss me and get to laddering, but the last second he nods. Alright, one game. With a final nod, I return to my station. A moment later, he and I share a game lobby and are just about ready to begin. He's playing a barcode account, typical. How have I still not managed to catch this guy's name? A sharp tap against my headphones announced Jet's return and displeasure. You're obnoxious. If you lose and embarrass me by association, I'm going to pretend I don't know you. Anything else Jet has to say is drowned out along with the sound of Golden Zone fire when I pull the ear pad back on. Question mark, he plays Protoss, question mark. If the idea of playing behind practice against good players is to improve, I should probably play standard. The thing is with Protoss, they're all shielded. And like, in all honesty, they're in my opinion, I like the Protoss best as a race. A lot of upgrades, really hardy team, a lot of tech. I don't know. I should probably play standard. Still, the temptation to go all in is always there. How sick would it be to grab a quick win on a key PGA player? Going for an early attack would be unexpected, but playing the standard game is more to my... The thing is, how Starcraft 2 plays is definitely different than how Brood War plays. So he could be at a disadvantage here just because he's not familiar with the game. So I could take the risk of an early attack. Do I want to go in with a Helion, or play standard and try to build up the base? Go for an early attack, why not? Screw it, I'm not in the mood for macro. What's macro? What the fuck is macro? Control economic timing in the game flow. Though necessary for every player, those that favor passive or defensive strategy tend to focus on macro. Yeah, I guess I'm a macro user. Whatever. Screw it, I'm not in the mood for macro. I placed 2 early barracks mid-map, just outside the scouting path. With luck, he won't see my strategy until it's coming at him. My heart pounds as I watch my marine count grow. He still hasn't scouted my all-in. This is a huge advantage, I've got this. I bring my marines to his base and charge up the ramp leading to his high ground. I leave an SCV on the low ground to construct a bunker just in case I have to fall back. He retreats with his low zealot and begins to chrono boost something out of his gateway, likely a stalker. He still hasn't pulled his probe, so I start heading toward his mineral line. Shit, he preemptively pulled a handful of probes and still hid them out of my vision. With my exit cut off, I won't be able to escape. This looks even worse when he gets his first stalker out. He might actually hold this. I do everything I can salvage the situation, but it's too late. The single marine I managed to get out into my bunker is useless at this point. From low ground, I can't do much damage to his units. My attack is completely routed, even though he didn't scout out a rush. He defended without breaking a sweat. I don't have long to sulk in defeat before KPGA player makes his way over to me with a smirk. As promised, Jet is nowhere to be seen. That was ugly. Worst part is that I don't even disagree with him. Yeah, well, nice micro, I guess. You guess? Well, maybe you're right. It didn't take all that much effort to defend against such a pitiful rush. His grin darkened to one without humor. Is this guy serious? What the hell is your problem? You demand a game and want to get a little pushback? Look who's talking. Everyone here knows your type, the foreigner who's out to make a name for herself. You fled here on a whim and waste 6 weeks training. You aren't the first and unfortunately won't be the last. Your plane ticket doesn't buy you the right to call yourself a pro gamer. Save your money and your time and go back home. I feel the heat rise to my face, half in anger, half in embarrassment. I've never dealt with confrontation. But before I can say anything else, Jet steps out from around the corner and cuts between the two of us. Still great at making friends, huh, Bolt? He glances between the two of us, surprised. After a moment's pause, the so-called Bolt seizes his back a smirk and meets Jet with a step forward. Been a while, hasn't it? Wasn't the supposed Star League champion doing with trash like this? Bolt looks past her and tilts his head toward me. I take a step toward him, but an open palm from Jet stops me from going any further. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Jumping ship to a scene bloated with foreign money has its upsides, but it won't be long before you forget the dignity of a pro gamer. The dignity of a pro gamer, huh? You make it sound so distinguished. Yup, he's a fucking elitist. He's a fucking elitist. Boo! Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. I hate people like him. God, I want to punch him square in his face. You've changed for the worse. You don't even realize it. How sad. You shouldn't be much longer until the KPGA finally accepts that there's no future in Brood War. You're smart enough to know what happens then. But hey, the scene could always use more casters. Whatever you say. For the record, what excuse did you give your coach for another day off? VIP is a little more lax than Shock T1, but I might want to borrow it someday. I don't know what they're saying. What the fuck was that? Again, Bolt scowls. Jet doesn't waste the opening and strikes again. Well, don't worry, Young-sang. Your secret's safe with me. Run along now. I'm sure you got coins to flip or something. I don't know what this Korean word means. What the fuck does that mean? I'm looking that up. I'm pretty sure it's an insult, but oh, it's just a kind of a friendly thing between two people. But I guess here it's more deprecating than anything else. Excuse me. The standoff lasts a moment longer before Bolt lets out a lazy shrug, instantly killing off the intensity in his expression. God, I keep burping. I got better things to do than offer advice to a mouthy chobo. Do what you want. I don't know what chobo means either. I guess those are Korean terms? He thumbs his nose at me and returns to his station without another word. As soon as Bolt's out of sight, Jet takes my arm in a vice and practically drags me away. What the hell was that? He didn't even scout you, and this is how you play on the NA servers? Yeah, I should have played standard. Fuck. I wonder what happens if I go back and do that. I fucking can't go back! No! After heated confrontation, her concern is with the match before anything else. I almost laugh. It was stupid of me. I thought I could just grab a quick win. Play what you practice, for God's sake. If you're gonna do a 2 racks in a tournament match, you better be damn sure you've got done 100 times on a ladder. Her pointed critique diffuses the tension for moments prior, even though it doesn't exactly make me feel any better. It's a good critique. Again, I'm not one to play these games. I'm not good at these games. I don't cheat in the campaign, but I do play. When she's done going through my long list of mistakes, Jet flicks her head back towards the PC. Come on, queue up a game against me. I can't voice that girl. I'm so bad at it. I told Jet I wasn't feeling up to practice after we played a few more one-sided games. She seemed annoyed, but agreed with my suggestion to take a short break. Back in high school, I used to spend most of my time at the library when class was over. To be honest, this is probably the most time I've willingly spent outside my room since then. I'm not the type to read for fun or study diligently, but it was nice to have a place to go and be on my own. I'd missed those afternoons since I graduated. But Golden Zone Fire is as good a replacement hangout as I could hope for. It's clean and comfortable and has pretty much everything that I need to stay 24/7. In all honesty, Korea's a very clean place. This isn't an exaggeration. Some of the patrons here look practically glued to their chairs. With a milk tea from one of the vending machines in hand, I return to my seat across from Jet. She isn't wearing the same scarf from earlier, but I can tell she'd rather be practicing. What are you drinking? She snatches up the can across from her and takes a long sip. Coffee. What kind of coffee? Coffee is coffee. I don't drink sugary junk. And for the record, it's obnoxious to challenge someone that you don't know to a match. Is it really such a big deal? All I wanted was a practice game. Do you know those types that stream, snipe, and start shit on the message board so that people pay attention to them? All too well, unfortunately. That's you, except you did it in real life. Bolt's a real tool, though, isn't he? What kind of prick? Jet cuts herself off with a hiss and grits her teeth. How do you know him? His name is Bolt? Yeah, he plays for Shock T1. Shock, huh? Bolt must be a new recruit. I'm guessing Shock is a team. Oh, Shock Tier 1. Huh. Getting better at this. Bolt must be a new recruit. I haven't paid much attention to them or any other Brood War team since Starcraft 2 came out, but it definitely wasn't any on their roster a year ago. Right, but how do you know him? Jet clicks her tongue and breaks her gaze away from me. I silently appreciate the reprieve from her death stare. If you must know, he and I went to the same middle school. I was in the class above him. Oh, okay, I was thinking he must have knocked you out of a tournament or something. No, I've never played him in a Star League. You don't need to overanalyze everything. Silence falls between us while Jet nurses what remains of her drink. I can't tell if she's really into the coffee or if it's just trying to find something to occupy her lips other than a conversation. I doubt Jet spends much time at the PC Bangs given that she's got a team house to practice from. I should consider myself lucky that she'd make time to come out at her at all. You know, it makes zero sense for you to focus on qualifying for VSL, right? I blink myself from my thoughts to meet Jet's intense stare. What do you mean? What's the point of us meeting up to practice then? No, I'm not saying... Listen. I want to round up some players. For what? For VTSL, VSTL, Team League, but you're already on a team. Yeah. She wavers, considering whether or not to tell me what I've already figured out. You're leaving VIP? Jet's eyes jump to mine, brows raised in surprise, then furrowed in annoyance. She's been on VIP for almost a year, and is by far the team's best player. Management barely pays us, and nobody's motivated. They're worse than bad. They're complacent. I want a fresh start. I'm not guilting you. Isn't something I expected to hear. Do you have a team house picked out? No, not yet. What about a coach? No. Well, do you have players in mind? Look, it's a work in progress, okay? I edge away from her glare and raise my hands defensively. Alright, sorry, it's not my business. For a while, silence. Jet does her best to avoid eye contact, but I can tell she's thinking hard about something. Just as I'm about to rise to replace my milk tea with another, she speaks. You know all about all those new foreign teams popping up recently, right? Yeah, what about them? Isn't it strange? They're worse than almost every Korean squad, yet most of them have more sponsors. Well, there's a lot of esports fans outside of Korea these days. People want to support their hometown heroes. I don't think it's that simple. Where would their money come from if not the fans? Idiots. What? Idiots. Idiots that call themselves investors. Idiots that throw away money keeping mediocre players afloat because it makes them feel good inside for whatever reason. Well, she and Bold agree on one thing at least. Okay, are you gonna find some idiots to sponsor you? No. Well... She takes a long moment to reconsider her answer. No, it wouldn't work out in the end. What I'm getting at is that too much of our scene ignores a foreign fan base. It's a huge mistake. Well, there's the time zone difference and a language barrier. Also, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of foreign players don't find Korean players entertaining. What? How dare you? That's ridiculous. I'm relaying common knowledge. Don't hold me accountable for the opinions of Silver Leaguers. Most Western fans' support goes to the people who entertain them. Streamers, casters, those kind of people. Thank God it doesn't load or record the Steam overlay. The most famous players in your scene aren't the best. That's appalling. Hey, Brood War got popular on the backs of boys that look good on camera. That's practically the same thing. If the PC Bang was the ship, then the fangirls pulled the oars. Not the same thing. They were pretty and skilled. No, not one or the other. Then show some damn respect. Those boys are the only reason you and I are able to have this conversation. Still, I mean, what Mock is saying makes sense. I mean, people do support who are entertaining. I have to admit, on my end, I don't subscribe to hardcore gamers because for the most part they piss me off, and they don't entertain me. So the streamers I subscribe to entertain me. I don't watch competitive streams because it's full of it's a toxic environment in my opinion. And on YouTube, I subscribe to people who entertain me. So I can't help but say, yeah, that's what it's like. We Americans are very used to being simply entertained rather than looking at skill. Because guess what? Looking for skill and critiquing a person takes effort. Whatever. But whatever. I'm gonna keep reading. The sharp response and equally sharp glare suggests that I shouldn't argue the point. Jet knows better than I do anyway. We're getting off topic. There are tons of potential fans that most Korean teams ignore simply because they're too hard to connect with. Yeah, I agree. She lifts an eyebrow and stares at me, but just for a bit too long before glancing away. If I wasn't sure before, I am now. Go on. Go on and what? I know what you're thinking. No, you don't. Yes, I do. What am I thinking then? You want me to join a new team you're starting so that I can help you with foreign fan base. Also, you invited me here to try it under the guise of practice. Oh god. Jet slumps back in her seat, defeated. I fight a losing battle and against the urge to laugh. Don't look so smug. Ugh, I hate dealing with team management. You could hire a manager. Before we have any players, maybe I should just keep my head down and practice. No, don't do that. It's a good idea. You're only saying that because I gave you an offer. Partially, but if you go through with this, I'll do whatever I can to help. How are you the one convincing me to go after my own idea? Damn it. She chews her lip, likely considering the harrowing risk of leaving her team. I can't make any commitments until we have some other players. It'd be stupid of me to move out of the VP house without everything lined up. This is something I've been thinking about for a while, even if I don't have every detail hashed out yet. I want to keep overhead low and practice time high, lean and mean. She aims a finger at me, her dull nail a hair's breadth away from my nose. If you're going to be part of this, you're going to pull your weight. You can start by searching for our players, unless you'd rather find me a coach and a sponsor. I cringe backwards and raise my hands. No, I'll leave that to you. Good, it'll work better out this way. The minimum number of players for Team League is 4, so you need to find at least 2. You know, this isn't exactly how I envisioned that I'd join a Starcraft team. Walk away if you'd like. You have a long way to go, if you don't want to be anything other than a translator mascot anyway. I'll admit it though, Accelera's right. I see glimpses of high-level stuff in your play. But as of right now, you kind of suck, even by foreigner standards. Offense intended. You seriously need to start busting your ass. Coming to Korea is pointless if you're still practicing Western hours. Well, nobody ever claimed that Jet wasn't honest. I'm going to work you and everyone else like dogs. If this team comes together, I won't be happy with anything less than the first place in VSTL. Well, I appreciate the chance. I offer a smile that she's quick to match. If we're going ahead with this, I've got a lot of stuff to do. The deadline to register for Team League is in 2 weeks, so we can't afford to waste time. Get moving on your search. Alright, good luck. I'll catch you online. Yeah, later. Ugh. Changing the tone of my voice hurts. When she's gone, I fall back into my chair and take a deep breath. Jet asked me to join her team. I pitch my forearm and judge the sensation that follows. With that, my disbelief dissolves into contemplation. Water. Delicious. How the hell am I going to find 2 worthwhile unsigned players? Well, this turned interesting. I like the story, though. I mean, I don't get all the terms, but at least there's a glossary. But anyway, I'm going to end the part here. I only have a couple of minutes left, and I know I'm going to probably end on a probably worse note than the ending here. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. I know the StarCraft terms and all the team thing and like the esports terms can like go over your head, but I'm looking them up as much as you are. So I'm getting into it. I'm getting really into it. I like the story so far. It seems interesting. The characters are a little one-dimensional right now, but that's because we haven't talked to them enough. So, Bolt's an asshole. Jet cares about the craft, and she cares about people who are professional about it, so that's why she looked at us. And Excel seems like a pretty laid-back, nice guy, for now. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep going with this. I'll record more later. But, yeah, this is definitely, like, the story's definitely gripping me. I don't know what it is about it, but I do like it so far. So I'll keep going with it. I don't know how long this one's gonna be, and I doubt I'm gonna go for a second playthrough as a guy. From what I've seen from the reviews, it's minor changes if you change gender. But it looks like there's only gonna be one playthrough of this. I don't know how long it's gonna be, so stay tuned. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from this series, hit that subscribe button. And you are now exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!